The 90s saw an explosion of interest in the music, and as so often, Hollywood was the best barometer of taste, with Jump Jive popping up in movie soundtracks as diverse as Party of Five, Swingers, and of course, The Mask. As Jim Carrey's suit and correspondent shoes underline, image and style were very important. But so too was a certain verbal dexterity, a nimbleness with language that comes through time and again in original songs.
Who's that whispering in the trees? It's two sailors and they're only pipes and chains and swinging hands. Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Fat cat came to play. Now you can't run fast enough. You best stay away when the pushers come to shove. Shoot, shoot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot, shoot, riot. A bullet home through your cold black hair. Riot, throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot, shoot, riot, a bullet hole through your cold black hair. Blow, daddy. A whipped up jitterbug and brown-eyed man, a stray cat fronting out an 8-piece band. Cut me, Sammy, and you'll understand. In my veins, hot music ran. You got me in a sway, and I want to swing you down. Now you sailors know where your women come for love. Shoot, shoot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot, shoot, riot. A bullet home through your cold black hair. Now you sailors know where your women come for love. Shoot, shoot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot, shoot, riot. A bullet home through your cold black hair. Shoot, shoot, riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. Shoot, shoot, riot. A bullet home through your cold black hair.
The Cherry Poppin' Daddies' Zoot Suit Riot gives some sense of how important both music and words were to Jump Jive. But of course, dance, dress and image were also crucial components, and no one underlined that more thoroughly than the great Cab Calloway. These days, though, it's down to his daughter Chris to keep the flame alight and the feet moving.
Swing dancing itself perpetuated the need for bands like Big Bag Voodoo Daddy and the Squirrel Nut Zippers, because there was a generation of young people here in the U.S. that realized swing dancing was a ton of fun. And a part of it was, in order to swing dance, you had to dress up. So they would go and get these fabulous vintage outfits and go to places like the Brown Derby in L.A. or the Olive in Chicago, and they would dance all night. And when a live band came in, they felt as though they were right back in that era, and they created the need for these bands. The more outrageous, the better. That's why Cab Calloway is an icon for them.
should be a two-way relationship, really, even the dancers with the music, and that doesn't happen. And I think it's really important for, you know, some of the like Jump Jive bands and some of the newer bands that are coming out to actually remember that the dancers are a very important element of the whole evolution of the music and, you know, where it's going to. I know we're working with the Jiving Lindy Hoppers. Over the years we've worked with numerous bands, and, you know, on occasion, well, maybe we were working on doing a jazz festival, and, you know, sometimes these bands would be really put out by the fact that there were dancers. If the music is good, if there's dancers in front, that will not make any difference. The music is still good.
Carleen Hines of the Jiving Lindy Hoppers. But is there an inevitable tension between the dictates of dance and the music itself? Jazz historian Dan Morgenstern.
When it was divorced from the dancers, it lost a very important synergistic relationship. Lester Young and many other great players loved to play for dancers. Unfortunately, there aren't that many clips, but if you see clips from the Savoy or something, when you see a big band in full swing and you see the dancers, you know, there's a lot of interaction. And the better the dancers, the better the music, and vice versa.
But of course, the music continues to draw on sources other than jump and swing. Here are the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
It's really a jazz pop form that encompasses everything from vaudeville to swing music, and we kind of do a variety of vaudeville sound on it in a way, which is switching from different singers and different tempos and things like that. It's kind of just a cakewalk in variety jazz. Definitely Louis Prima, definitely Louis Jordan, and Fats Waller, Louis Armstrong. As far as even before that, like Fletcher Henderson Orchestra and King Oliver, and also a lot of New Orleans brass bands like Olympia Brass Band, Excelsior Brass Band. Just a really wide list of influences. I guess you can tell that by now.
The splendidly named Jimbo Malthus of the Squirrel Nut Zippers. But the new music feels different for dancing to as well.
To dance with an original swing dancer, it's absolute bliss. It's wonderful. The moves are really smooth. It's just really organic, the way the movements happen. I think increasingly more of the younger generation who are doing the swing dance now, who do prefer the jump jive because they feel or hear it as being more energetic. It's just a bit more jumpy, a bit more disjointed.
There's no doubt, though, that the biggest star in the contemporary jump jive galaxy is a former stray cat.
Brian Setzer has done more for swing music or jump music, you know, than anybody else that I know of. He is a brilliant artist. He's a master at that instrument. And he has had the good fortune to be able to afford to tour with a kick-ass big band. And he's extremely 21st century. He's not playing, you know, it doesn't sound like it did 60 years ago, and it shouldn't, because it's not the same thing.
Well, there's a man in town all the women know. He goes by the name of Nosy Joe. He don't care if they're married, he takes his pick. As long as they're women, he's ready to stick his big nose in their business. His big nose in their business. Oh, that's Nosy Joe, the nosiest guy I know. Well, he ain't good looking and he ain't big strong. That guy's got a nose that's 4 foot long. I'm telling you, women, this ain't no jive. You get too close, this man will drive his big nose in your business. His big nose in your business. Oh, that's Nosy Joe, the nosiest guy I know.
It's very interesting, and it's fun that young people became interested in doing swing era type of dancing. The music is really primarily Louis Prima, and then also, you know, a little more on the primitive side. Go to Brian Setzer and the Stray Cats and all this other stuff. I mean, it's musically not of any great moment, and it's pretty vulgar from a musical standpoint. But they go in for glitzy stuff, you know. Brian Setzer dresses up, you know, and he jumps around, and the kids like it. I don't think it'll have any great resonance, I'm afraid. I mean, if it will bring some people into swing, you know, if they start listening to big bands and so on, you know, to the real stuff, very good and well.
Oh, knows he finally lost his life, messing with my buddy's wife. My buddy, he caught him with his chick, chopped off his nose, now he can't stick his big nose in my business, his big nose in your business. Oh, that's Nosy Joe, the nosiest guy I know. Dig that nose!
So not all the fans welcome the new style jump jive, and it's a fashion that in the States at least seems to be fading a little. But it has created a fan base which will endure, and besides, as critic and lyricist Gene Lees says,
I never thought rock and roll would lead to anybody's appreciating jazz, but I think this can lead to it because it's music that has that kind of swing to it, and it's based on horns, not on guitars, horns and singing, rather than just a guitar-oriented music. So I think it's a very, very wholesome phenomenon.
I've got a man who loves me, swear up of a star above, and every night within the light he tells me of his love. And when he hits my cheek, feels so sweet, I got ooh papa doo, ooh papa doo. He lets me know he needs me, this I do declare. As much I know, I love him so, and I'll take him anywhere. And when he say goodbye, all I can cry is ooh papa doo, ooh papa doo, ooh papa doo. Do the things you do, set my soul on fire. Ooh papa doo, I really go for you. You are my heart's desire. When time comes for him to leave me, I stand with tears in my eyes. As much I know, I love him so, and he's the man I idolize. And when he holds me near, all you can hear is ooh papa doo, ooh papa doo.
I'm going to leave you with the modern equivalent of an old-fashioned territory band. LaVey Smith and her red-hot skillet lickers work out of LA, and they're bent on carrying the standard for jump jive, already more than half a century old, on into the 21st century. And so as long as there are people who want to dress up and dance, the floor will be crowded. There'll always be room up on the stand for the ghosts of Cab Calloway and the two Louis, Jordan and Prima. Gentlemen, we salute you.
Papa do, ooh, Papa do, ooh, Papa do.